Tuva! Hi. So how are you?
I'm good.
Going to the premiere of your film?
Yes. I get like goosebumps every time you say premiere or, how are you? I'm like, oh my God, I'm nervous. Oh my God, I'm nervous.
So we will see in a few minutes we will present your film Blind Spot.
Yes.
What can you say about this film?
So on one hand, it's a movie. On the other hand, for me personally, and creatively, it's been a mission to discuss psychiatric issues on a different level than usually, I think. For me, it was very important to kind of put a focus on the fact that today we have well-functioning, happy, so to say, young people who are feeling worse than ever. The statistics in psychiatric problems have risen to, amounts never heard of before. So
why is that, you think?
Well, I don't know. I think talking to psychologists and psychiatrists and suicidologists, I've had loads of experts with me on this project. I think a lot of people feel a polarized everyday life. Like you have this facade that you put on and you know that it's okay to say that you are a bit, off. But not a lot of people, I think, actually dare to say, I'm depressed.
No.
Or I actually feel like killing myself sometimes. Yeah. And this is heavy stuff. But in terms of preventative methods within this field, what every expert says, all over the world actually, is that talking about it out loud is preventative.
Oh, really, yeah.
So if you want to help someone, if you want to burst the bubble of isolation or the feeling of loneliness that you end up with in terms of the polarized situation we're talking about, then talk about it openly.
But as a parent, when I watched your movie, it's terrifying also because it's I think it's the biggest fear, of course, that you're addressing.
It is the biggest fear, and at the same time, most people that came out of the screenings that I met, they were like, "Great movie, thank you so much. I need to get home to my kids," which was great. I mean, if this can make people talk to each other and ask, not how was your day, but how are you? How do you feel inside? And that's great.
Sure. And now you moved to making this art house movie. How is this shift for you in your career?
But the transition obviously from actor to director has been organical, I would say. I grew up with parents who were active both within TV and theater and movies, and so it's been very natural for me.
So what do you expect from today?
It's interesting because I've obviously, I live in Denmark. I made this movie in Norway. I work all over the world, but Sweden is my home country, and I have to say I'm nervous of showing the movie, even though I understand it's sold out, which is I'm really humbled and touched by that, because I didn't think anyone ever would see this movie in Sweden, and I'm very happy to show it in a movie theater, because it's only gonna be released in digital platforms. Well, I think also that the method we used, like the one-take method, also is something that draws you into a focus, a concentration.
Because the film is shot in only one take.
Yes, not like this one take. Where we have 3 cameras. We have one camera, one take.
One camera, one take. Why did you do that?
Well, because I was talking about before, I made a promise to all the specialists and the experts that were working with me in terms of the preventative policy. A lot of movies and songs and ways we talk about suicidology and psychological issues is romanticizing it or dramatizing it or so. And so the only way I figured I could tell this story without making it more dramatical, more romanticized or glorifying the victim or whatever you want to call it, then I thought, a one take would be the most sober way to do it. No editing, no enhancing the suspense or, but just telling the story as hardcore as it is in real time, the 90 minutes it happens,
At this year's festival, we have a special focus on the apocalypse. Are you afraid of the apocalypse?
Yeah, who isn't? but at the same time, I grew up in the forest. I know how to, go fishing and survive, I guess, in the forest with the bear and so on. Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's very dystopical to talk about the apocalypse.
Yeah.
I prefer to see. I have this favorite word that is called anastrophe. It's from Greek, the old ancient Greek, I think, anastrophe or something, and it means a disaster with a somewhat positive outcome.
Yeah.
Like you can learn something from the catastrophe.
Yeah.
And so if the apocalypse comes, or whatever, the movies that we're talking about are, debating possible horrible future situations, then maybe we can learn from it. So I keep a positive view. I think what we need to kind of start discussing, which I'm sure all these movies in a way has some kind of mission of doing, is so how are we going to live then?
Yeah.
How do we take care of each other and ourselves?
Yeah, they do, and in very different ways.
I hope nobody's going to feel too bad about this movie.
I'm sure they will love it as I did.
Thank you.
I'm very sure.
Yeah.
All right, and now we're here.
Yoo-hoo! But I'm very thankful that I can show my film.
Yeah, great.
Okay, ready?
Ready?